Good evening, YouTube. Hope you all are doing well out there. We have finally gotten the MK3. If you are in the printing world, then you already know the brand, you already know everything about it. They are toward the upper end of the 3D printer market, and I've not even had the time to take it out of the wrap. But today I'm going to try to get everything put together, hopefully, and get a beginner print, hopefully maybe calibrate it enough to be able to print or whatever. I did go ahead and order the multimedia kit for the MK3, and I would figure that would be what that would be, but I finally have a 3D printer back with me. I don't know how long it will take to put the whole thing together. I've heard it can take anywhere from like half a day to a full day for people that haven't done it before. But I have had the opportunity to play around with one. Anyway, we'll get into it. Alright, before I can do anything, I've got to get everything taken off and figured out what I need. I have no idea if they included anything to help you put it together or if you have to do that on your own. If you are in the market for one, you can get the kit, that'd been what I got here, for like $800, and the multimedia kit will run you about $3 on top of that, and like $80 to get it from over there to here. I am beyond pumped. Here you have it. With the bare cardboard now, you can look at the MK3, the pic they will have on their ad for it, and then up here you have the multimedia kit, and you can tell by looking at it. We'll get into that later. I'd like to go ahead and get the printer together, that way if you have no idea what a 3D printer would be, I could really tell you that it would be, for me, a glorified hot glue gun would be the only way I know how to put that. But the multimedia kit, I'm really happy that that come in with it, and that will enable you to, we'll get into it later, but I think you can have up to 5 different filament. I think it'll be like one here, 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 and here, totaling 5 again. And you can, when you run your print through whatever program to get it to a G-code, you can pick a different filament per layer to whatever you want, and that would be good for right off the printer, different colored print. You can do different material that will break off better, or dilute in water, and I mean you can do about whatever you think of. And not to knock on the Creality 10 that I had before, but I'll go into it here after we get everything out and talk to you about why the MK3 will be a big improvement over that Creality 10. But we would like to take that moment to thank you again for buying the printer directly from the author. Huh. Okay, they've got a whole entire... Okay. Alright, cool. Kind of neat there. You get your own handbook if you're completely new to 3D printing and you have no idea how to run it. And then right here, wow, you get like a laminated book on both of them. It ain't completely paper with, you'd probably pick up a time or two then fall apart. We have here Quick little update. We've got the Y frame completely good to go. I did have a little bit of problem trying to get the frame completely level, but I don't have a whole lot of play back and forth. But we're getting ready to move on to the rod holder, and I don't know, hopefully the GoPro will be able to pick it up. But you can tell that end right here had been your that would have been your top layer off the printer, and then on the back here would have been down on the build plate, and you can kind of tell where it left that cool kind of look to it from the powder coated metal. Alright, moving on to the final rod holder. I have kind of found an okay technique for getting your nut in, that nut right there, into your hole in the rod holder part. If you kind of put it in on an angle, like diagonally, well, it'll fight me on camera now, but and kind of get it worked in there like that, and take your other end and like do that, then you've got it like a quarter of the way in. I have I've gotten my finger with the end of that probably more than what I can count now, but they are they're not anything fun. Alright, I figured I'd come back with a quick update. We have got the Y mount and build plate platform all together now and tightened up the way it needs to be, and we got the belt tight like it ought to be. When I tried holding here with the plier, the belt did not jump the teeth on the gear, and other than that I think we feel pretty good. Moving on. We are back, and I've got the rod for up here taken care of. That'll be how it'll mount, and I found that to be a really big pain trying to get the metal rod all the way bumped up to the end right here to the right of my thumb. But I did it on all of them, but it came at the unfortunate end that I'll be able to pick it up. I cracked the right end by a little bit. I can probably take care of that, or it may not even hurt to leave it like that, I hope. Either way though, I can probably print another one. Yeah, moving on. Alright, quick update. Alright, we have gotten every rod taken care of and put up now. I think then we'll go here, right? I think. But yeah, they look, I mean, we are finally kind of getting a printer together, and I am really happy. Like I told you, other than me cracking the back of the right here, I have had no problem putting it together. They have been very detailed here in how they want you to do everything, and I don't have any complaint. We're back with the hot end complete and on right now. I looked at one before, but I never knew how intuitive they were and involving until you put one together. They are really innovative with what they do here. But I come out here about 8 o'clock. It be 1 o'clock right now, and I have had enough. We are only, I don't know, I'd probably bet on about halfway through before even getting to try to print. Yeah, 141, and I'm about halfway right now. But anyway, we will get back to it later. Back behind the hot end and everything. Got the back plate on, all the bottom bearing now tightened down, and I began routing the whole wiring through the protective cable here, and now we're moving on to the LED. back now after going from, I'm thinking like 80 to 138 now. I didn't really feel like or want to record anything. It had all been kind of followed by the book. Nothing too important, or well, very important, but nothing too entertaining. We got all the wiring plugged into the computer back here, or to the motherboard rather, and that turned into be more of a pain than what I thought it would be. But we got that mounted. We got the heat bed taken care of, and we got the power unit mounted and plugged up and wired in over here. And I got done kind of fooling around with roughly getting the what do you call that? The whole the pinda, they call it, right here. Kind of level enough with the bed to keep it from lifting in any area or dragging in any area. And that had been what we're on now. I'm about to try to print whatever we can print. Let me turn it on back here if I can find it. Evidently we did everything good enough. It did, before I did that there, it did the moving everything up and down, getting the filament loaded and everything like that. But yeah, I'm going to try to get a print done, hopefully within a little bit here, and we'll find out how good, and if I need to tune either belt or anything like that. I'm doing with the printer, and whenever I tried beginning to print, I kept getting prompted to unload and then load the filament back, and I think that had been from having the connector right here for the IR filament. And when I looked at, I had the red wire turned to the left and needed to be turned like that with a red wire on the right. And hopefully that will take care of the problem. We'll find out. Alright, with the print being done now, I did want to point out that I did have a problem or two coming out of beginning the battering print, and I found that I didn't know you had to until I got to looking, but going here and going there, that will level your print bed to get the proper contact you need in between your tip and the bed. But the only other problem I'm having right now, I mean it print really well, but I am having, I don't know if the camera picks it up, you can tell the print did lift a little bit, and I don't know if I'm not having, okay, it popped off there, never mind. Good timing. Let me end that real quick. Oh yeah. Okay, well anyway, not terrible. Let me break that off. Okay, yeah. Not too bad of a beginning print. I mean, it did work technically. I think I've got a little bit of tinkering to do with the overall leveling and probably how tight or how not tight I've gotten the belt, but we'll find out.